Hello, this is Heather from Family Friendly Frugality. Today we're going to learn how to applique a t-shirt. Keeping with the spirit of the upcoming holiday, St. Patrick's Day, we are going to applique a shamrock. Now, learning how to applique is something that a lot of people fear just because it involves typically using some kind of store-bought t-shirt with some scrap fabric and sewing them together. And people worry that they'll screw up the shirt. And that's totally understandable, but it really isn't something you have to be super concerned about. There are tools that you can use to make the process easier, to make the fabrics bond together a little bit more. And if you go slow and you take your corners slowly and you start off with something pretty easy, just one layer of fabric instead of trying to do an intricate pattern where you put one layer on top of another layer on top of another layer, you should be successful. And I think the most important thing to do when you are learning to sew is to learn by doing a lot of simple projects and building up your confidence. Because let's face it, sewing is not that easy if you try to go along traditional routes of learning. Tissue paper patterns, trying to do home decor or fitted bodices for yourself. Honestly, I think you should start with blankets, pillowcases, and kids' clothes because they're cheap to make, they don't require really precise measurements, and they don't require a lot of material. So you don't have to worry as much when you screw something up. And if you are learning to sew and you're trying to teach yourself, you're going to screw up. That's how you're going to learn. So let's go ahead and get into applique here. This is the shirt that we're going to use. It's a little white shirt that I bought on sale, and it's kind of flimsy. Normally on a shirt this flimsy, I would probably use a stabilizer to applique. I would use either a water soluble one or one that I could iron on. I don't have that right now because I just didn't pick one up. So I'm going to use something called spray adhesive. It works pretty much just as well. But if this is your first time appliquing, you might want to buy a stabilizer. And you would just follow the directions on the stabilizer you buy, and most likely you would put it underneath the fabric that you're about to sew. In some cases you end up ironing it onto the back of the applique piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use spray adhesive. I'm sorry, I'm doing this video with a tripod, so I do not have the ability to zoom in on myself. So I'm going to flatten out this area and I'm going to try and figure where the middle is. It's kind of easy in this case because there's a tag, so I can just go down and I can kind of figure where the middle is. This shirt is a little bit larger on my daughter, so it's going to hang down a bit past her waist. So I'm going to want the shamrock up pretty high so that way it doesn't look like it's on her belly. I'm going to turn over the shamrock. And I'm going to take my adhesive spray. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it. I always do though. You should. Shake hand before using. And then you're just going to hold it back and you're going to lightly spray it. Make sure to get the spray on any pieces that are rather thin and flimsy, like the stem here. And then you're just going to place the shamrock in your desired position on the shirt. The good thing about this glue is that you mess up in placement, just take it off and try again. My shamrock is placed. And now if I like, I can also go the extra mile of pinning it if I want. I'm going to choose not to. I'm not a big pinner. The next step is going to be for me to go to my sewing machine and actually applique the shamrock onto the shirt. I will put directions for how to do this on the site. I'll put the link to the post in the description for the video. And actually the whole tutorial for how to make this shirt will be on the site, and I'll put that link in the tutorial. And basically you're just going to use either the satin stitch on your machine or the zigzag stitch. And of course you're going to want to make sure you have it to where you're not sewing both sides of the shirt together. I say that because I've done that. And then when you're finished, you're going to have a cute little shirt that didn't take you too much time, that didn't take you too much fabric, and you can build a whole outfit around that. I'm going to make some wide leg pants. I have the tutorial for those on my site as well, and I'll put the link to that in the description as well. And I think I'm actually going to ruffle the pants too, so I'll have to put up a tutorial on how to ruffle pants. It's really easy. I complain about ruffles a lot. I put them in almost everything I do, especially if it's something I'm making for my daughter. But honestly, they're not that difficult, and more people would probably make them if they knew the easy way to make them the way I make them. So now I'm gonna go sew my applique on, and I will be back to show you the finished product. And I finished my applique shirt. It's got its fun little shamrock on it, and I'm excited to make the pants to go along with it and to ruffle them up and make them look really cute, and have my little girl decked in green for St. Patrick's Day. No pinching. So if you'll come to my site, Family Friendly Frugality, I will have the tutorial for this shirt up. The tutorial for the pants is already up, and I'll have the links for both of those in the description of this video. And I will also be putting up a tutorial for how to make ruffles on pants as well soon. So be sure to visit my website. It's www.familyfriendlyfrugality.com. Frugal living for real families, so you can be as frugal as you want to be. Maybe you're just saving money so you can go on vacation. That's all right with us. Maybe you are scrimping pennies together because something happened, and you really you're trying to make ends meet, and that we have more than enough help for you there. So come visit the website, click the links on the description, and thank you so much for watching.